Good afternoon. My name is Ben, and this video is going to be talking about being born again. This is a spiritual video. We're going to be talking about being born again. And when I first started my awakening, I saw some born again videos and I was thinking, brilliant. Where's this new me? Where's this new me? I'm under that tree down there because I'm sick of this depressed, anxious person. All this stuff going on. I'm irritable all the time. I can't wait to be born again. The logical mind's constructed an image of what it's going to be like. Well, ultimately, it's up to you. It's up to you because you've got to totally change how you talk to yourself. That is ultimately what it's about. Because you now know that the ego's not you. You're aware of all these patterns that are going on that are really frustrating. And you've probably purged loads. It was roaring out of me, guys. It was absolutely roaring out of me. Very energetic purging. Because I'm an extreme person, I was a very extreme child. Frustrated, angry, but on an inner level. You wouldn't have really known that probably in my early 20s on my external appearance. But on my insides, I was dying. I was angry all the time because I felt so much. I get the undercurrent of what's going on in situations, and I didn't know how to deal with that. So that was the reason for my awakening. So as all this purging's coming out, you're aware of all these patterns going on that I've done some other videos about. And if you want some more situations, well, I will do some, because I'll run through the situation and the pattern, because it's these patterns that we're unconscious, we're walking around, that we've picked up, that prevent new situations and experiences from coming in and having a more fulfilled life. So being born again is being a better version of yourself. You're aware of these patterns. So how are we going to deal with the pattern? Is when the pattern is coming to take you over, you're going to be aware of the self-sabotage from the ego. You're going to be aware of it in fear, feeling guilty, shameful, everything. I've had memories from when I'm 2 or 3 years old, which I'll talk about. So what happened to me is when the ego was chattering away, the emotions were coming out. So the ego was chattering away, but then the purging was sort of stopping. There was nothing coming out the body. It was like, but the pattern was still there, and it was really frustrating. So you've got to talk to yourself very differently, guys. That's what the body wants. Your sensitivity is going through the roof because your body wants you to be kind to you now. You know who you are. All the people, all the conditioning that you've had, all the great potential that everybody saw in you made you contract and resist because you were so sensitive, like myself. And then you become insecure and you had all these fear patterns going on, but now you can see for what they are. So before, you self-sabotage yourself. You were conditioned by other people, and you talk to yourself in a very negative and hurtful way. So that's what you've got to do in a situation. You've got to be kind to yourself. And how it worked for me was, watch my approval video. Is the only person's approval I need on a job, on a golf lesson, buying some food, buying a new coat, what I'm doing with my life is me. And that's what you've got to do. And it's very difficult because you've lived your entire life from these unconscious patterns. So that's what I have to do. I have to breathe, and I have to say I'm on a gardening job. And there's a bit of unresolved issue. I'm waiting for approval that, yeah, you can do that. It doesn't matter. I will say to myself, I'm giving you permission, Ben. Say this and hold it on your pain, on your body in the abdomen, because it wants you to relax. That's what it wants. It's tense. You're nervous on the job or whatever you're doing. I'm giving you my own approval that whatever the outcome, that's exactly essential part, guys. Whatever the outcome is, it's not going to affect my inner state of being. That's exactly what it is. We're in fear of the outcome because we don't want to get hurt, we don't want an emotional complex from the past to come up. Maybe you don't want to offend somebody. Maybe you're in fear. You'll have your own patterns, but that's what you've got to do. Oh, it was heaven. It was like someone letting a tyre down on a car. Shh. Because you're you now. You are becoming the person you came here to be, not what society was trying to mould what they thought was your potential. They thought you could be that person, your parents, your sister, your friends, whoever, which is amazing because they've moulded you into the unique person that you now are. But now you need to talk to yourself very differently. You've got to be kind to yourself when you make a mistake. Because when you make a mistake, it's the only way you're going to grow. It's the only way you're going to become a better version of who you truly are. And that's what's magic. I love doing this work. So when people come out on a job, I say that to myself. It doesn't matter whether he says, Ben, you've done an amazing job. Am I going to drive in my van on the way home buzzing? No. If he said, oh, I'm not very happy with that. No, because all that matters is my inner state of being. My inner world, my emotions. It's working on my pain, and that's what you've got to do. Do you really need external validation to make you feel better about yourself? Do you really need that? The universe wants you to love and accept yourself for who you truly are. And that for me is accepting not your faults, but your complexity, my sensitivity. Because when I did that, it all sort of started to click into place, because we've all got our own unique gifts, but it's learning how to talk to yourself so the body can settle down, and then you'll quieten the ego chatter down and the pattern won't be as active. So that's what you've got to do. Breathe. You're going to be aware of the pattern. The purging's going to stop. So say to yourself, I'm giving you now, you. You know who you are, so talk to you. Your soul is craving your attention to heal. That's what your higher self wants. I'm giving you permission that the outcome of this situation, this person, this place, this event is not going to affect my inner state of being. Your inner state, your inner space. And that's what you need to do. It's very difficult because the patterns will be whirling constantly. So being born again is retraining yourself like a child. Because that's the old you. You know who you are. So you've got to talk to yourself in a way like you're a child again. It sounds crazy. I was driving in my car. I used to have this fear, and I still do, of pulling over when I'm in the fast lane, because I nearly had bad accidents once when I was a child. And every time I do, I get like mega anxious, and I have to talk to myself like that, giving you permission to pull over in the car. How crazy does that sound? But it's instant relief. I'm like, I'm so still. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to totally retrain yourself on who you want to be. You're not playing to somebody else's tune now. You're going to be working, playing golf, going about your day-to-day life to your own limitations, to your own expectation. So talk to yourself in that way. If you really don't want to do something, then don't do it. But don't let your ego beat you up afterwards with the guilt of maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. That's where the pattern's going to come in. So this is difficult work. It's very difficult for me. But that's what you came here to do. We came to heal. And if everybody could do this, how magical would the earth be? And how magical would your golf be? Because you wouldn't need the outcome to enhance your sense of self. Because that's all it is. When I was losing my golf game, and I was angry about it and annoyed, why was I angry? Well, I can't shoot 66 anymore, but why was I angry? Why? Because my identity was in my golf game. I identified myself with that. So when I didn't live up to that, I never had a good time. When that is complete insanity. So when I play now, it doesn't matter on the outcome. It doesn't matter what I shoot anymore. Because my sense of self doesn't depend on it. I'm talking to myself in a different way. And my life is becoming magical, and that's what I want for you. That's why these videos are on a golf channel. You'll be ready for these videos at the right time when the universe will bring them to you. Maybe it will be in this lifetime, maybe it won't. But you'll know in your heart when the video is right for you, and follow your heart. Follow what you want to say. Because that's when you'll become whole and feel light, because that's what we all came to do. We all came with a unique purpose and way of being to share with the world. So if you can be part of that and do whatever you need to do, then the external world doesn't really matter, does it? Because your inner world is all that matters. So talk to yourself, be kind to yourself, love you. Love yourself for all your qualities. And you'll feel so much better. So I hope that helps with you guys, with being born again. It's time to be you. Of course it is. Have a good day. I'll speak to you soon, and let me know if you want me to do some more examples of these situations. If you're not aware of the patterns, let me know and I'll pop some on for you. So have a good day. I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye. Oh.